the state of Hawaii really took me by surprise last week because they decided to come out and boldly support and protect net neutrality in a multitude of ways. So first of all, the governor of Hawaii became the fourth governor in the country to enforce net neutrality via executive order. So as KHON2 News reports, Governor David Ige is directing all state government agencies to contract for internet-related services only with providers who contractually agree to abide by net neutrality principles. He signed an executive order effective Monday, February 5th, as part of his pledge to protect net neutrality in Hawaii. An open internet is critically important to our people and our economy, connecting us to the rest of the world, increasing our commerce, fostering innovation, and adding to our economic growth. I have worked with my cabinet members, members of the House, and other stakeholders to protect the integrity of this critical resource, said Ige. And that's not all that the state of Hawaii is doing to protect net neutrality, because besides the governor just taking a bold step to enforce net neutrality indirectly through an executive order, the Hawaii state legislature is currently considering a bill that would be a game changer. So many state lawmakers have also spoken in support of maintaining net neutrality in Hawaii and are considering their own legislative action. If it becomes law, House Bill 1995 would regulate broadband internet service providers and establish a task force to examine the costs and benefits of creating a state-owned public utility company to provide public broadband internet service. So regulating net neutrality is important in and of itself, but what's really special about this bill is that it would create a task force so that way they could gauge the importance of a state-run public broadband internet service. Do you know what that does? That wipes out the need for multi-billion-dollar companies like Comcast, AT&T, and Verizon in the state of Hawaii. This would be huge, and it's not just important for Hawaii because people in Hawaii, you no longer have to worry about net neutrality since you control the internet, since it's run by the state. But that would serve as a model that could be replicated at other states. So if Hawaii adopts that policy and it works, Oregon could adopt it. New York could adopt it next, then California. And really, we could see this domino effect akin to the domino effect we saw once Colorado and Washington State legalized recreational marijuana. So when one state does something that is groundbreaking, other states are inclined to follow suit if it does work. So this could be huge. So if you live in the state of Hawaii, you have to call your state representative and state senator and let him or her know that you support House Bill 1995. It's currently in the House, so you should probably call your representative first. But this is huge. And the good news doesn't end there, because as Nina Wu of the Honolulu Star Advisor reports, Hawaii Attorney General Douglas Chin has joined a multi-state lawsuit to block the Federal Communications Commission's rollback of net neutrality. So let's take a moment and step back and list all the things that they're doing. 1. The governor is enforcing net neutrality through an executive order. 2. The House is considering a bill to regulate internet service providers and establish net neutrality. They're also considering a public task force that would discuss the merit of public broadband at the state level. And 4th and finally, their Attorney General is joining the multi-state lawsuit suing the FCC for the repeal of net neutrality. Now, of course, I'm referring to the lawsuit that was spearheaded by New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman. Hawaii, they're setting an example that every other state needs to follow. I mean, this is phenomenal news. If you live in Hawaii, you should feel happy about the fact that your state is taking this issue very seriously. Now, again, if you live in one of those 4 states, Montana, New York, Hawaii, then you need to make sure that you call other states, because we've got to make sure that all governors are on board. I've been trying to put pressure on my governor, Kate Brown in Oregon, to sign an executive order enforcing net neutrality. Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything back from her yet. So I'm going to call her one more time. Well, I don't know if this will be the last time, but I'm calling her again for the 2nd time on air. I've also tweeted at her and whatnot off air. And I'm going to see if I can talk with someone, because I'm actually recording earlier this time, specifically because I want to talk to Kate Brown. But again, if you guys want to call my governor, if you already have a governor that is supporting net neutrality, Kate Brown's number is 503-378-4582.
Thank you for calling the office of Governor Kate Brown. If you are experiencing a health or other life-threatening emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Para dejar un mensaje en español, por favor, marque el número 1.
If you are calling about services or resources related to a state agency, please press 2. If you wish to leave a comment for Governor Brown, please press 3. To learn about other ways to contact Governor Brown, please press 4. To hear these options again, please...
Okay, so I can't talk to anybody, apparently. We'll see.
Thank you for calling. Governor Brown appreciates the many stakeholders and everyday citizens who continue to weigh in on the issues that matter to them. After the tone, please leave your name, zip code, and a brief comment.
Hi, my name is Mike Figueredo. My zip code is 97203, and I'm calling again to wonder where Governor Kate Brown has been on the issue of net neutrality. She is not enforcing net neutrality through executive order like other states have done. So my question is, why has she not acted to protect net neutrality in the state of Oregon? I know she took a lot of money from Comcast, so I need to know if she actually represents the people of Oregon, or if she's representing the interests of Comcast, which would explain her silence. So there's also a petition circulating online now, which has about 1,000 signatures, urging her to enforce net neutrality like other governors have done. So I don't know what she's waiting on. I don't know if she doesn't even support net neutrality at all, but I'd like to know why she hasn't acted yet, because one, her silence is deafening, and two, the fact that she isn't enforcing net neutrality unilaterally when she has the power to do so is very troubling. I voted for Kate Brown, and that will be the last time I vote for her if she doesn't act on net neutrality. This issue is too important to ignore, and really, in not acting, I question who she represents, us or Comcast. So please relay this message to Governor Kate Brown and tell her to act and actually be bold. Now, if you want to see the petition that I mentioned, I'll link to that down below. And again, this is just for my state, so I really hope that you call your state governor and make sure that you take the steps you need to secure net neutrality in your state. Because it's really important that we all fight for net neutrality. Again, I've said this once, I've probably said this 100 times now. Net neutrality is something that we have to fight for. We have to take action. We need to take it into our own hands if we want to save the internet and protect net neutrality.
Support this podcast by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Humanist Report.